What's up, guys? We're back. It's XO Kitty Season 3 release week. I'm so beyond excited. It is Tuesday. The season comes out on Thursday. Mooncovey Truthers, stand up, baby. It's our time. It's our time. Like with all the marketing and stuff, I'm sure if you are listening to this and you're a fan, you've seen it, you've been keeping up with all the like marketing and the teasers and stuff. It's pretty evident that Mooncovey is gonna be in game, and I would not have accepted anything else. Like honestly, truly, if that season ended without Kitty and Minho being together, it would have been. I would have wrote a letter. Like it would have been a problem. I would have had the crash out of the century, but it's seeming like it's confirmed, it's locked down. Mooncovey is in game. If you follow me on my socials, you know I've been posting about it a lot. Not a lot, but I have posted about it. I had planned to do like predictions for the season before it came out. So I've had this written down for like, I don't know, a year, maybe even before they announced that it was going to be another. So yeah, I'm going to read to you my, not really, actually there's not any predictions. I just put it's basically a bunch of notes. First of all, I wrote a bunch of notes from when I would rewatch it, and like it's new things that I wanted to talk about from like season 2. So I will go ahead and read those off real quick. Day saying, I missed when you two bigger like this, when they were blatantly flirting in front of his eyes. This is what I'm talking about. This is like the main thing that I wanted to like, that I'm very curious about, that is gonna be the main mess of this season. I think we'll come back to it, but like literally when they were, I think it was like, I'm about to rewatch season 2 right now in preparation for season 3. But I think, so I don't, it's been a while since I rewatched it, so I don't really remember. But I think it was like a punishment for something, and they had to clean up a room. I always forget to breathe. I don't know why. I'm sorry. Y'all know the scene. They were cleaning up the room, and like Minho and Kitty were just blatantly flirting in front of Damon. He was like, oh, I miss when you two bigger like this. Sure, if that's what you want to call it. This is what I was talking about. Point 2 that I wrote: Minho lied to Day just to repair their friendship, but that's inevitably going to be ruined again when Minho and Kitty hopefully get together. Day's reaction depends on how far removed he is from his and Kitty's relationships and his feelings for her. Probably not too far, LOL. Is what I wrote. This is what I wanted to talk about. In that scene at the karaoke plate, at the party when they were doing karaoke, Minho clearly fucking lied and was like, there's nothing going on between me and Covey. Which was not true. Like, obviously he said it just so Day would be his friend again, but obviously that's gonna be ruined once they get together. Once Day finds out, cause the very first time when Kitty was doing that performance and everything, she got set on fire, and Minho was the one to run up on the stage and save her, which was already an in-game indicator, number 1. Number 2, when Day knew he knew there was something between them already, and he was already insecure about it, number 1. And then Kitty broke up with him, and he immediately went and pushed Minho against the wall because he knew it was something between them, or else he wouldn't have went to Minho first and pushed him up against the wall like that. He knew, and he was not happy about it. Number 2, when they were at Minho's father's cabin, I think it was, for what holiday was it? Oh, it's like a Korean holiday, isn't it? I'm so sorry that I don't know what it is. It was for a Korean holiday. Minho was talking to Stella, in quotation marks, aka Esther, about, I think that was her real name, about how he used to have feelings for Kitty, but he doesn't anymore, which was also a lie, which was also not true. And then Day overheard it, and he got mad again, and their friendship broke up again. What do you think is gonna happen when Day finds out that, number 1, he lied to him twice about how he felt about Kitty? Number two, when they actually finally get together and he finds out that Kitty also likes him, it's mutual and they date. Do you think he's gonna take that well? No. Like I said in my notes, depends on how far removed he is from his feelings from Kitty. But I'm assuming not too far, because it's not gonna look good to him. Like, you lied to me about having feelings for her. This is my ex-girlfriend. You're my best friend, and you're dating her. Why? There's gonna be drama. Drama. Shout out to Aspa. This is gonna be messy as shit. I don't know I don't know what the resolution that Jenny made is gonna be, because I know they're probably obviously gonna work it out and explain it to him, and Day will come to his senses and get an understanding. Like shit happens. Life is crazy. Love is unpredictable. You can't really do anything about that. He can't stand in the way of that. I'm sure he'll come to that realization, but it's gonna be interesting to see how they do it in the show. And then next thing I wrote is, this is when Kitty was going to see her family, and Minho offered to drive her there, and they were stopped in the car and they had that conversation, and then Minho called his confession an impulsive decision, quote unquote, which was again not true. And then, well, yes, I guess there is some truth in that. Maybe it was impulsive for him to tell her in that moment. I guess that's true. But it wasn't just like a out of the blue thing. He obviously said it because he meant it. Is what I'm trying to get at. And you can see in her face, you can see in Kitty's face when he says that she's disappointed for like half a second. You can see it. Just like when they were outside that restaurant and Miho was like, but you smiled when I told you that I was in love with you, which she did. I love that scene, by the way. I also wrote that I love that I Like Me Better by Love is the universal sign of To All the Boys. Next thing I wrote, if Professor Lee and Gina don't end up married by the time the show is over, I swear to God, bro, because I am so pissed off. Why would they make all of that family drama shit with the parents and the teachers so pertinent in the first season and then just completely disregard it? Like, are we serious? You got us invested in that and then it just goes nowhere. That's just it. That's just it. Yuri's parents got divorced. Gina is now single. Her and Professor Lee obviously still love each other. So why? Where's the storyline for that? Where is it? Don't tell me you're just gonna. Do not tell me that they are just gonna completely disregard that storyline from now on. If there's not even a slight mention of that storyline in this season, I'm gonna be very pissed. I'm sorry, but I am. You got me all invested in that for nothing, just to not come back to it. No, it has to be. There has to be some kind of something about it. I need Professor Lee and Gina to end up together. I need them to get married and them to and Alex be a happy family and live happily ever after. And Yuri, of course. Like, come on now. The last thing I wrote, flashback to I can't talk. Flashback to All the Boys 2, when Laura Jean called Kitty delusional for saying that their dad and their neighbor should date. Believe women. Like, no, but for real, she was right about Yuri and Dafik dating, about Stella, quote unquote, not being a good person. It's like, she's just consistently right. Her intuition goes insane. And people just continuously gaslight and don't believe her. And it pisses me off. The next thing I wrote down was soundtrack predictions. But today, the full soundtrack got released. A list of the full soundtrack got released, and I was completely wrong. Most of my predictions were completely wrong, so I'm not even going to read them. But I did say a song by Marina. And technically that's true, because About Love is going to be making another appearance. So I do count that. Like moral of the story from To All the Boys is making another comeback. Like that's crazy. I have a feeling that moral of the story is gonna be used. Minho and Kitty are gonna have a third act breakup of some kind, and that's gonna be and moral of the story is gonna be used after that happens, which I think is the same as how it was for To All the Boys 2, which I'm pretty sure. The iconic scene of her floating down the hallway, of Laura Jean floating down the hallway and mouthing the lyrics. Speaking of Laura Jean, how did I almost forget? We're getting a Laura Jean cameo. We're getting a Laura Jean cameo. I am so happy. I am so happy. I don't know what bullshit I was on in the last podcast. Like I think she's distancing herself from the franchise. Girl, no. She's here. Laura Jean is back in full force, and I am so happy. That little short form video where Minho was like Covey, and both of them turned around and was like, yes. I lost my mind. I lost my mind. Me, a 23-year-old woman. And look, it was clear. It was already clear to me from when Minho did a video, was the only character that did a short form promotional video with Peter, that he was in game. He also did one with Laura Jean. They could not make the end game clearer, so I don't know how they're still Kitty and Yuri shippers. I'm gonna get into that, cause why and how does that still exist? Just like how there should not be a Team Jeremiah from The Summer I Turned Pretty, there should not be a Team Yuri. Don't even get me started on The Summer I Turned Pretty. That is 100% going to be the next episode. I'm going to be rewatching and giving my thoughts and commentary. Stay tuned for that. That's good. That's going to be a whole other thing. Do I have anything else? Before I get into this, let me make sure I don't have anything else to say, because I'm probably going to forget. Yeah, I'm very excited about the Laura Jean cameo. I think she's in more than one episode too, which is awesome. I can't wait to watch those scenes and see her and Kitty together again. Kitty Yuri shippers on Twitter really love to call Mooncovey shippers homophobic just because we don't ship Kitty and Yuri, which is not what is going on here. I've made it clear time and again that I'm an ally. I love lesbians. Everybody, to quote Link from Good Mythical Morning, everybody knows I love lesbians, okay? I am all for it. Yuri and Juliana, I was all for it, absolutely. Up until Yuri cheated. Are we forgetting that? Are we forgetting that Yuri cheated on Juliana with Kitty and then proceeded to ignore Kitty and push Kitty aside when Kitty was trying to come to her for comfort, was trying to come to her as a friend, completely ignored her and pushed her aside to try and get Juliana back, which was never going to happen. And you want Kitty to end up with her? What is wrong with you? Genuinely, I really don't get it. That whole crush with Yuri was pivotal to her finding out her identity, to her discovering her bisexuality. I'm sure Yuri will always hold a special place in Kitty's heart, but they are not meant to end up together. And I am so sorry if that angers anybody. I don't really care though. Yuri has some shit to work through before she could be with anybody, let alone Kitty. Definitely not Juliana again, because she fucked that up. She fucked up her chances with Kitty too, even if she wanted a chance or whatever. She is young. She is still a teenager. I'm sure Yuri has time to change and be a better person and do better. And I'm sure she won't cheat again. Like I said, she's young. She has time to change and do better. And I hope she finds another girl. Or maybe she won't and she'll just be single and independent. That's also fine. She has to deal with that, because now she has to deal with her family being broke, so she ain't even got time to chase after Juliana or be mad about her being with Pravina, which I'm all for, by the way. Juliana and Pravina seemed like a great couple, and I hope they stay together, and I am all for that. But Kitty and Yuri should not be together for so many reasons. No, it should not happen. It will not happen. They released a sneak peek today of the season. which I've watched like so many times already because I'm just so ready for it, ready for it to come. I'm so ready for it to happen. But apparently, the last scene of season 2 was a setup, and Kitty and Minho do not actually go on a summer tour together, which is disappointing as fuck. And again, in my last podcast, I compared that to "It's Okay Not to Be Okay" in the scene where oh my gosh, Song Gong Tae. There you go. I'm pretty sure that exact same thing happened in the last podcast, where Gong Tae punches the dude for slapping what's her name, Moon Young. He beats his ass. And he gets suspended from work for it, and he just doesn't give a fuck, and he runs to Moon Young and is like, I want to go on a trip with you right now. I don't give a fuck. Literally the exact same vibe, tone, everything. And then later, if you haven't watched It's Okay Not to Be Okay, which is completely fine, I don't blame you. Especially after I just want to make sure I make it clear, I have found out that the male lead in that show, Kim So Hyun, I think his name is, whatever, is a groomer and an absolutely awful, disgusting person. I do not support him, and I cannot watch that show anymore because he has ruined it for me. Fuck him. But just to get my comparison correct, later on in It's Okay Not to Be Okay, they are in the car. Yeah, after he does that whole declaration of like, I want to go on a trip with you, they get in the car and then they get into an argument, and she kicks him out the car and drives away. They get into an argument, and he was like, well, maybe we shouldn't go on a trip together, and she kicks him out the car and drives away. And that's exactly what happened with XO Kitty. They actually don't end up going on the trip together. My comparison was apt. That's the point I was trying to make. My comparison was accurate. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to say. Oh yeah, I love Day so much. Like, I love him as a character so much, and I really wish for the best. It seems like from the trailer that him and Eunice are like potentially getting back together. I honestly hope for that. I'm rooting for them. I thought they were a cute couple, and they just had a little bit of miscommunication. I think they can work it out, and I hope they last. I just want Day to be happy. That man has been through so much. Same with Juliana. Even if she doesn't end up with Pravina, I want her to be happy too. Actually, let me pull up the trailer again just to watch it to make sure I've said all the things I wanted to say. Mooncovey in the thumbnail of the trailer. That's how you know, brother. That's how you know, brother. That's my new thing that I overuse. I say brother instead of bro because I think it's funny. On her list of things that she wants to do before the year ends, it says have an epic second kiss with Minho, which implies that they have kissed already, which is going to be crazy. I'm so ready for the buzz. I'm so ready for it. I'm so ready for Mooncovey. You know how much I value our friendship. That man was not having it. That man hated that word so much. The miscommunication trope is one of my least favorite tropes ever because it's so fucking stupid, but with them, I'll tolerate it just for the buzz. Just for the storyline and the buzz, I'll tolerate it. Yes, Q and what's his name, Jin. I can't wait to see more of them too. I love them. Enemies to lovers. As much as I don't like that trope, I am kind of starting to warm up to it. And they are a big reason. I love their storyline. Now, Kitty and Yuri's friendship, that is something I'm rooting for. Absolutely, I want Kitty and Yuri to still be friends, and I still wish. I have nothing against Yuri. I don't hate Yuri's character, even though she has made a lot of mistakes. I think she has room for growth, and she will be better this season, and I 100% root for Kitty and Yuri to go back to just being best friends. I 100% root for their friendship. And the fact that Minho and Laura Jean are gonna sit down and talk to each other at some point. Are you kidding me? Oh yeah, somebody on Twitter pointed out in the scene where he calls out to her when she's on the train that he calls her Kitty and not Covey when he's calling for her. So that means it's serious. That means it's serious. That man was nervous for Kitty, the way he says it. Kitty. I am so sorry to all of my Australian listeners. I apologize in advance. But yeah, since About Love is making another appearance, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be in that scene. It's gonna be in the scene where he chases after her on the train, and it's pretty universally agreed that that's gonna be the last scene of the season, which is kind of irritating. But I'm assuming there's gonna be a season 4, which I'm kind of surprised because I thought they were gonna do the 3-movie 3-season thing, but apparently XO Kitty's gonna get a 4th season. I'm manifesting that right now. I manifested the 3rd season. We're gonna manifest the 4th one. There was gonna be a season 4. But yeah, I think about Love will play then. I feel okay. Feel okay. If you're not insane like I am, that song plays at the end credits of one of the 3 movies. It's not the 3rd one. It's either the 1st or the 2nd one. The song is called "When I Dance with You" by the Pains of Being Pure at Heart. And ever since I heard it, I just became obsessed with it. Yeah, Kitty Yuri, it was cute for the moment, but after all the shit that went down, Kitty deserves better, and Juliana deserves better. And that is still nothing against Yuri. I am sure she will grow as a person. A lot of people are also speculating that Kitty is going to try to match make her cousin and Professor Alex, which would be an interesting thing to see. I would like to see it. Yeah, I'm so pissed off about that whole Professor Lee and Kitty's mom and Gina storyline leading absolutely nowhere. There better be some kind of mention of that in this season. It may not matter to any of the other people because I know that most of the fans are probably focused on Kitty and Minho in the main characters, which I completely understand. But for me, this is serious. This is serious, bro. I need Professor Lee and Gina to end up together. They are obviously in love, bro. Minho mesmerized by Kitty. Yeah, she walks down the runway at the fashion show. I said, oh, I'm sure it's a likely place for him to be. Likely thing for him to do. Since my soundtrack thing went down the gutter, I think that's all the pre-talking I needed to do. So I'm about to start rewatching the seasons in prep for season 3. If I have anything else I want to add about season 1 and 2, I will pop back in. Otherwise, I will see you guys on Thursday. For you, it'll only be a few seconds. Season 3, guys. I'm so excited. And I'm so mad that there are not more episodes. Like, come on. What is with these 8-episode seasons these days? I need you to follow the actual K-drama format and do like 15 to 20 1-hour episodes. Like, come on. If you're gonna be inspired by K-dramas, at least make the format like a K-drama. But anyway, yeah, I wish it was longer, but nothing we can do about it, unfortunately. But yeah, I will see you guys either at something about season 1 or 2 or on Thursday when we watch season 3. I am very excited. I hope you are too. Y'all, it is Wednesday. The new season comes out tomorrow. I thought I was done talking about the previous seasons, but apparently I am not, because during my rewatch, I had so many more things. I wrote down so many more things. First of all, I forgot in the time that I haven't watched the show, I forgot that Professor Lee is now Principal Lee, and I am sorry. Fast forward to when they were at when they were all at that restaurant, and Q was like, I'm so glad that things are back. He was like, it's seeming like everything is back to normal. Honey, you've got a big storm coming. Kitty changing her mind about switching rooms was kind of the worst thing she's ever done. Yes, I know they only did that to drive the plot more, but she really should have, because if she did switch rooms and none of this would happen, we wouldn't have had a season. We would have had basically no story, no drama. But it's kind of the worst decision ever. You had the chance to switch, you should have switched. It's like a really weird mix of like current and like previous season stuff, so excuse my notes. There's a lot less K-pop in this season, new season 3 soundtrack, and I think it's because of the backlash, and that honestly pisses me off. I noticed that not only were there a lot less songs, there was less K-pop in the new soundtrack, and that honestly makes me mad. I hate people. K-pop stans are so dramatic. People are so dramatic. The K-pop was not a problem. It just was not a real problem to me. It did not affect me or bother me at all. I don't know why people made it such an issue in the first and second seasons, but especially in the first season. But Whiplash by aespa is on this season's soundtrack, and I think it's gonna play while Yuri's fashion show is happening. That's my prediction. One look, give him Whiplash, especially when Minho is looking at Kitty walk down the runway. I also, that's kind of my least favorite aespa comeback. That might be an unpopular opinion, but I respect it. It's just not my favorite of their songs. All love to Juliana. I love Juliana so much, but I do think that she was very unfairly harsh to Kitty many times in season 2. Many times. Now let's get into this, because this is what the main things I wrote down are about. When she was talking to Q about Yuri and Juliana making out all the time in the dorm room, and Professor Lee overheard, unfortunate mistake, right? And then one of them had to move out, so Yuri moved back in with her mom. Juliana and Kitty were talking, and she was like something like, I didn't know Professor Lee was there. It was a mistake. It was an accident, which it was. And then Juliana was like, oh, you're just ruining people's lives without even knowing, without even trying. Girl, can we get a grip? Boo-hoo, y'all can't live together. Y'all can see each other any other time. Y'all just can't sleep in the same place. Boo fucking who. That is not a problem. That is not the end of the world. And plus, y'all are still teenagers. Y'all shouldn't. It's probably not good for y'all to be living together this early in your lives, in your relationship. Anyway, like, you're just being dramatic. I'm so sorry. And throughout just the whole beginning of the season, when Juliana and Yuri was still together, she was just projecting her frustration and her insecurity about not knowing Yuri as well as she thought onto Kitty. It's not Kitty's fault that you weren't around, that you got sent away. Actually, she's the one who helped you come back to kiss. So why are you acting like that towards her? Yeah, sure, Kitty has a crush on her. So what? So what? Literally, honestly, so what? It's not like Kitty has never actively tried to flirt with Yuri or break y'all up. Besides the kiss, we're not even focused on the kiss right now. Kitty was not trying to actively break y'all up, was not flirting with her in front of you. Kitty was just being her friend. And Kitty is the reason that you're here right now. So you would think you would be a little bit nicer. You may have never talked to Yuri again if it wasn't for Kitty. Can we be grateful? I understand that you were away. That probably created some rifts in your relationship. You probably don't know each other as well as you did before, or as you thought you did. You both have changed as people. That's not Kitty's fault, and you should not be taking that out on her. And then when they were in the art room before they got the text about the ski trip, she was saying that Kitty came and kittied all over the place, and that's not Kitty's fault. Kitty didn't do shit. It's not about Kitty. It's about it's about both of y'all's reaction to Kitty. Kitty didn't do shit. And I'm talking about before the kiss. She didn't do shit to y'all. Y'all are letting Kitty affect your relationship. It's not Kitty's fault, it's y'all's fault. Look, I'm sorry, but their relationship was already falling apart, and Kitty just Kitty just happened to be the catalyst, the scapegoat, and it's unfortunate. That relationship was already falling off, and they needed somebody to blame for it. So Kitty went down with their ship. None of their problems ever really had anything to do with Kitty. It was both of their problems that they were rejecting onto her. They missed Juliana's art thing because Yuri was going off to do something else with Kitty. That's not Kitty's fault. Juliana could have absolutely said, no, I need to go to my girlfriend's art thing and support her, and left Kitty to do it alone. No, she chose to go with Kitty, and that's not Kitty's fault. As rewatching that season today, it just increasingly made me more and more mad. And I don't know how I didn't talk about this in my last podcast. In that same scene in the art room, Yuri was like, Kitty can bust in wherever she wants. She can't bust into our relationship. Girl, it looks like she already has. She obviously already has. And at the ski cabin, after they kissed, when Yuri and Juliana were talking, all the things that Juliana were saying up until I thought you were going to cheat on Kitty with me, all the things that she said before that sentence were true. She was insecure. and she had insecurities about the relationship, about not knowing Yuri as well as she thought she did, and was projecting it onto Kitty. Those things were true despite the cheating. Those things were still true. And then Yuri, like I said earlier in the podcast, Yuri completely shutting her out and treating her like shit, which I don't know why there are still Kitty Yuri shippers that exist. I really don't. And then after all of that shutting her out, she pulls her aside just to say, it was a mistake. Let's just forget it happened. I want you to lie to cover for me so I can save my already failing relationship. Like, why are we shipping Kitty with that? And with the kiss, why are they letting Kitty take all the blame for it? Yes, obviously she should take some blame because she was a part of it, but not all of the blame. Juliana was only focusing her frustration and anger onto Kitty like she was the only one at fault. And that shit also made me mad. And obviously later on, she confesses the cue that she's been taking out her anger out on Kitty because if she faces who she's really mad at, then she might never stop crying. And that's obviously about Juliana, that's obviously about Yuri, who she should actually be mad at. Like, I'm sorry, but that relationship would have failed with or without Kitty's influence. Quote unquote influence, because she really actually didn't do anything besides the kiss. But I also understand Juliana being frustrated and irrational about it because she was also a victim in the situation, and this is why it's so contentious to talk about. I understand all sides except for Yuri's, and that is exactly why I said earlier Kitty deserves better and Juliana deserves better. And Yuri will hopefully grow and change as a person and do better with the next girl. But neither of them two girls belong with Yuri. I am rooting for Juliana. I love Juliana and I am rooting for her happiness. Obviously the same with Kitty. You know that. And the same with Yuri too, even though she made a mistake. She is still young. I think she can grow from it, and I think she will. I hope I articulated all that correctly, because that shit pissed me off on my rewatch. It really did. I just got increasingly more angry as the episodes went on. So yes, as much as I love and understand Juliana's anger and frustration, she had every right to be. It was also kind of cruel to Kitty before and after the kiss. Two things can be true at once. And again, I know I discussed this in the first podcast episode, but I'm coming back to when Q was talking to Juliana about Stella, and it was like, I still think it ended up in her luggage by mistake, quote unquote. When Kitty clearly said that it was locked up in something inside of her room. That letter was locked up somewhere, so how did it end up in somebody else's suitcase by mistake? Do you hear yourself, Q? Anyway, apparently we're circling back. This is when Yuri pulls Kitty into the closet after the kiss when they weren't talking anymore. When Yuri was shutting her out is the correct verbiage. This is not a direct quote, but she was like, I'm trying to get Juliana back. So do you think that hanging out with the girl I cheated with is going to help? Let that sentence soak in. Do you hear what you just said? I'm trying to get Juliana back. And then hanging with the girl I cheated with. You cheated on her. So you are not going to get her back. What about that do you not understand, sweetie? And that conversation between her and Alex was needed. She needed to hear that shit. He called her too self-involved. She absolutely is, and she needed to hear it. And I'm sorry, I just cannot get over the me and home and Peter interaction thing. And then the aftermath of it when they were in the classroom, like, you're jealous of her sister's boyfriend, a 22-year-old. Are we serious? He's just in love, so he's irrational, you know. It's irrational jealousy. And also, like, to come back to my point about Principal Lee. To come back to my point about Principal Lee and Gina needing to get together. I keep calling him Professor. Principal Lee is such just a bad time. He's so sour and just a Debbie Downer in every single scene he's in. He needs somebody in his life. He needs a love life. He needs a wife. And maybe that will soften him up. This is exactly why him and Gina need to get together. And coming back to what I said in the last podcast, when I was like, I think I mentioned this earlier in this podcast too. Why don't people believe Kitty? Even Peter himself, which I didn't catch until now, Peter himself said that Kitty has a killer instinct because she sent the letters and Peter found the love of his life because of that. He said to her face, "You have a killer instinct. Believe Kitty Mooncovey." And guys, the last thing, I almost forgot this happened. Earlier today, Jenny Han posted a reel of the XO Kitty cast lip syncing to a song by Taylor Swift. I'm so happy. XO Kitty X Taylor Swift happened. I'm so happy. If it's Jenny Han, you know she's gonna find a way to insert Taylor Swift into her work, and that's why I love her. Yeah, when I said about my soundtrack predictions being completely wrong, I did have Taylor Swift in the soundtrack prediction. It was like Taylor Swift ... or is she only reserved for the summer I turned pretty? And I guess the answer is yes, because she is not in this soundtrack. But they did a reel of the cast lip syncing to "The Life of a Showgirl" not by Sabrina. "The Life of a Showgirl" is the name of the album that she released, which is a great album despite the mass psychosis that goes on the internet. It's actually one of my favorite of her albums, and that could get me crucified, but I don't care. You people hate fun. But anyway, they lip synced. If you're unfamiliar, if you haven't clicked off, I appreciate you for being normal. They lip synced to the song "The Life of a Showgirl" featuring Sabrina Carpenter, which is perfect because the first line of the song is literally, "Her name was Kitty." Like, how did I not think of that? I literally did not make that connection until I saw that reel. How did I not think of that first? Literal first line of the song is "Her name is Kitty. Made her money being pretty and witty." That song is so good, by the way. That's not even the most important part, though. One of the lyrics of the song is, "Looking back, I guess it was kismet." And on that specific line, Songkon and Anna come together and put their arms around each other. If that does not signal that Mooncovey is endgame, I don't know what does. I don't know. If that doesn't signal that Mooncovey is endgame, then nothing in this world is real. She is implying that Mooncovey is kismet, and I know that's right. Mooncovey endgame, here we come. Get me to Thursday night right now, bro. I want to fast forward so bad. I'm so ready to see them on my screen again. Also on my soundtrack prediction that I scrapped because it was all wrong, I had the song "Loco" by ITZY because in the lyrics, Yeji says Kitty twice. So I was like, how have they not used that song? They've used ITZY songs before, but they never used "Loco," which doesn't make sense to me because she says Kitty in it. That would have been perfect too. Let me be a music supervisor, bro. In an alternate life, if I didn't want to do like social media stuff, content creation, I would have been a music supervisor because that sounds like a fun job. Yeah, I think I've ranted all I needed to rant. One more thing from my notes that I skipped past. Yuri and Kitty are kind of similar to Imogen and Sahar from Heartstopper. If you know, you know. They're not fully similar, but they're kind of similar. I guess I'll explain it for the people who don't know about Heartstopper. It's a show from the UK. It's an LGBTQ plus focused show. Imogen and Sahar. Imogen was always this like token straight popular girl. Sahar is bisexual. They've been friends for a long time and they would like kiss at parties, and Sahar would always get mad afterwards because it felt like she was using her as an experiment. They eventually decided that they were better off as friends. Sahar always said to Imogen that she was the reason she realized she was bisexual, and now Imogen was like, I guess I could say the same because now she realized. Sahara was like, you helped me realize something really big about myself, her being bisexual. And Imogen was like, I guess I can say the same about you. Imogen actually being a lesbian, because and later in the show she admits that she never really actually liked the boy. She was only doing it to keep up appearances, which is similar to Kitty and Yuri. They're not meant to end up together. For Kitty, Yuri was her bisexual awakening. For Kitty, for Yuri, for Yuri, Kitty was her awakening that she needed to get out her relationship. Was her awakening that her current relationship was not going to work out. And as bad as the kiss was, as wrong as it was, it needed to happen because that needed to be a catalyst for them to break up. Her and Juliana needed to break up. I'm sorry, but they did. So that's why I said they kind of reminded me of that, because they had this romantic tension, but then they decided ultimately that they were better as friends, which is definitely how it is with Kitty and Yuri. They are 100% better off as friends. Okay, that is all my notes for real this time. I have like 2 episodes left in my rewatch, so if there's anything that I want to come back and add before the new season comes out, I will. Otherwise, I will actually see you guys on Thursday. I will either see you guys in a few minutes or on Thursday. I'm so excited. Mooncovey Endgame is inbound. We're back. It's the same night. One night before. I just think it's so funny how Q asked both Kitty and Minho, do you feel something for Minho? Do you still feel that way about Kitty? And neither of them directly answer his question. Both of them dodged his question. Like, y'all are not fooling anybody, bro. Oh yeah, this is one more thing that I forgot to say during my Yuri Kittyana. My Kittyana, that's Kitty and Juliana ship name. I can't even imagine them together, honestly. One more thing I forgot to say about my Yuri Juliana Kitty thing. If Yuri and Juliana's relationship was as solid as they were trying to make it seem like, then Kitty having a crush on Yuri would not have affected them whatsoever. That's it. That's the one thing I forgot to say. If their relationship was really as impenetrable as they were trying to make it seem like, then Kitty would have had absolutely no influence, no impact. It would not have bothered them or shook them in their connection at all. So I just noticed something about the music in season 2. You know, I'm a nerd for this shit, so just bear with me. Of course, Picture You by Chaperone. Picture You by Chaperone was obviously the pivotal moment for Kitty and Minho. It was playing for that moment. But it started playing right as Day and Eunice broke up for a stupid reason, which I think is going to be resolved in the 3rd season. But I think it's really symbolic because the chorus starts with, do you picture me like I picture you? And they had the wrong perception of Eunice. So it's like, do you picture me like I picture you? Like, are we perceiving each other in good ways and healthy ways? I feel like that was kind of intentional that it started at that scene and not just at Kitty and Minho's scene. I just thought that was very interesting, and I just noticed that just now. Oh, I did not realize the gravity of that situation. We're at the dance scene right before Stella walks up, and this is when Kitty finally says she was wrong about Stella when she really wasn't, and apologizes when she shouldn't have to because she was right. But after that, she straight up says to him, I miss you. And the way Minho's face, like, visible, Songhan, I think that's how you say his name. I'm so sorry. I'm so American. Songhan is such a good actor because the way his face changed as soon as he said that, you could see like that was life altering for him. Like, that man was ready to confess to her right then and there. And if Stella didn't walk up, I fear he would have. I fear he would have let it slip again. Like, I lied. I'm actually still in love with you. Because the way he looked at her after she said that was crazy. The buzz is insane. And Kitty noticed too because her face also changed. Why do people call this show bad? Because it's not in any sense. I don't get it. It just ended again. I'm so excited for tomorrow, bro. The very last thing I want to say before we move on to before we get to the tomorrow of the new season is I cannot believe that Gia Kim is 30 years old. When I found that out, I was shook to my core. What do you mean that woman is 30 years old? She is so believable as a high schooler in this show. I would have never known. If I didn't find it out, I would have never known. What do you mean that woman is 30? And Sung Han is damn near 32. He's like in his late 20s. He's believable as a high schooler too. Like, this is crazy. Even though obviously late 20s and early 30s is not old at all. And don't let the internet trick you into thinking it is. But wow. Like, I was shocked when I learned that. Also, I love Gia and Sung Han's sibling dynamic. They're just so wholesome. Their relationship as siblings just makes me so happy. All right, that's it for real this time. I will see you tomorrow for season 3. Let's go, guys. It's Thursday. It's time. I just opened Netflix and it's the first thing on the homepage. I'm sorry, I'm watching the preview right now. I just can't stop myself from watching it. Okay, so the buzz is already insane. I don't really want to get into it, but I have kind of like a very turbulent household that I really desperately want and need to get out of. So yeah, I've been through the ringers today. So, and I've like cried my eyes out. So this is something I need. I need Mooncovey on my screen. Let's go. This is going to be our first time actually watching something for the first time on the podcast, because usually it's a rewatch segment, but this time it's just a watch segment. So let's start. Let's go. I'm so ready. Season 3. Okay, first of all, I can't believe we're off the tail end of where we left off the last season, because I really legitimately thought it was going to be a fast forward type situation. For the listeners, I did the Somi choreography. I'm so sorry. I really thought it was gonna be we fast forward through the summer type scenario. Let's watch. Let's just watch. It feels like I didn't even see this yesterday. It feels like the preview didn't even come out. It feels like I'm watching this for the first time. You got Eunice inviting friends. The whole squad gonna pull up. Why are you giving yourself a deadline that's only gonna make it worse? Shout out to Blackpink. Why are you giving yourself a deadline? Oh wait, it's because he's going on tour. Stupid. I've been through a lot today. My brain is not working. I'm so sorry. Her skin looks great. All of their skin looks great. No, but even still, with him going on tour, you still don't have to tell him right now. That can always wait. You can always wait. Like, don't rush yourself into it. Oh no, now Yuri has to deal with the tragedies of being a normal girl and not being a rich girl no more. Oh no. Y'all are not subtle at all. I'm so sorry. First of all, Kitty getting jealous over Eunice is crazy. Then I don't think that there's gonna be anything that happens between Eunice and Minho, first of all. So getting jealous over Eunice is crazy. Second of all, Eunice, like she said in her inner monologue, read the room. Like, they cannot even hide it anymore. They can't even hide anymore how they feel about each other. Do you not sense the vibe? They obviously want to go alone. I don't understand. And now we can't only blame Eunice, because not only did Eunice invite the whole squad, Kitty has invited the whole squad, and now it's the whole squad. Good job. Good job for spending some time with him before he leaves. Great. Nah, I'm pissed off for them. That whole montage of them being constantly cock blocked at every corner, that just pissed me off so bad, bro. Especially the last one where they was doing a picture. And that girl got in between them. Oh my gosh. Yo, do not piss me off. I'm already pissed off for personal reasons. I do not need to be pissed off more today. I've talked about this before, but the thing, the thing that pisses me off the most about romance tropes is the miscommunication part, and I have a feeling we're gonna get a lot of that, and I'm not looking forward to it. This whole cable car scene is frustrating as fuck. First of all, we got the trope of the two love interests looking out at a view and the girl being like, oh, the view is so beautiful, and the guy is not looking at the view but looking at her and it's like, yeah, I agree, the view is beautiful. We got that trope. I love that. And then the cable car moves, unintentional contact, another trope. Love that. And then Kitty immediately gets off his lap, and then the whole friendship thing from the trailer happens. And then Miho gets a call, of course. I can't do this today. But I'm gonna keep watching. He just said he's really lucky to have her. This is gonna be a long fucking ride. Oh man, I had to pause for that. I love that not only are they just so pathetically fucking in love with each other, that we also get to see them finally be nice to each other for once and be friends, even though there's still underlying tension. They're still being friends, and you can tell that their friendship is so solid still. Like Kitty being supportive and understanding of him being Eunice's manager and having to go back to the hotel. Like, I love it. And the romantic moments are just the cherry on the top. First of all, White Lotus mention in XO Kitty is kind of crazy. It's kind of insane. I don't watch White Lotus. I'm not a fan. All I know is Lisa was in the 3rd season in Thailand, and that's where the whole reference came from, because of course her mom is still in Thailand, which she needs to come back. She needs to come back and profess her love to Principal Lee, and they need to get married. I need that to happen right now. Hop on that plane, Gina. But anyway, Yuri is trying to keep her cool in front of Juliana and Pravina, and obviously cannot. Like, I get that Juliana is trying to still be friends, be cordial, but you got to give her time to move on. She was clearly about to turn and avoid y'all, which is absolutely what she needed. That's completely fine. She doesn't have to talk to y'all, and you didn't have to talk to her. Give her some space to move on. This is what I'm talking about. Kitty Yuri friendship. This is what I wanted, bro. First of all, Yuri knew immediately that she liked Minho, which, take that, Kitty Yuri shippers. I don't know why you still exist. And of course, Yuri helped out with her fashion mishap because she's dressed like one of the waiters on accident. I love this. This is the dynamic that Kitty and Yuri need. That's how it should be with them. They should not be a couple in any sense. Oh shit. Yuri accidentally gave her Eunice's dress. That is not gonna look good at all. Oh no. This shit is getting messy already. We're not even 20 minutes in. Oh, and Minho is trying to introduce Eunice, and he's nervous, and he's clearly looking around for Kitty, and she's not there. And not only is she not there, she's wearing Eunice's fucking dress, and now everybody is getting all the texts, and the news is breaking out about the lawsuit against Yuri's dad. This shit is crazy already. Oh, hell nah. Not, of all people, not Minho's dad telling Kitty to stay away from. First of all, you just recently turned over a new leaf and finally came back in his life. Just recently. Probably hasn't even been. It's right off the tail end, so it hasn't even been a year since you've actually been in your son's fucking life. And you're telling her to stay away from him. You're telling her what to do. You're telling her to stay away from your son. You stayed away from your own son for however long. You neglected your own son for however long. And now he can't be distracted. Now you're worried about him because he's finally taking interest in the family business. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. I hate him. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it from this man. I really don't. You're the last person who should be talking. Who should be trying to control who is and isn't in Minho's life when you weren't in Minho's life not even a year ago. No. I'm so pissed off. Okay, all right. The beach scene. Welcome back, Belly Conklin and Conrad Fisher. I was expecting this beach scene conversation to go bad, and it didn't. This is kind of the best case scenario scene, which I did not trust at all. I think she's dreaming. I think one of them is dreaming, but it's probably Kitty. I think Kitty is dreaming or daydreaming right now, and this is not real because it can't be. This is too easy. Okay, so I was wrong. It is real, which is crazy. The communication got so much better, so much faster, which is crazy. But of course she turned down going on the tour with him because Laura Jean called her because apparently she's going through a rough patch with Peter Kavinsky, which makes sense seeing as they have been long distance for 4 years going through college. So it makes sense as to why they would go through a rough patch, but that makes me sad. So she's going to NYC to spend time with her. Devastating on 2 fronts. Wow. That was I get why Whiplash is on the soundtrack, because that just gave me whiplash. I thought it was fake, but then it wasn't fake, but then it's also still not happening. Oh, thank you! Let's go! I knew it was gonna be Kitty who initiated the kiss. I knew it. There was a poll on Twitter and I chose Kitty and I was right. Let's go, bro. I knew they were gonna kiss on the beach. Day is made. How was that real? Like, I don't believe that I just watched that. Mooncovey first kiss just happened on my screen and I saw it with my own 2 eyes. I've waited so long for this. So long. I know it's gonna be some bullshit that happens. I know some bullshit is gonna be coming in these next episodes, but I'm just gonna enjoy this moment right now because they finally kissed. I'm so happy. Okay, so as you can see, I was wrong about the soundtrack prediction. I thought the song was gonna play during the fashion show. It's the first episode. Apparently it's the first episode. Them 3 girls had to pull up and take Minho away from her, and now they're gonna be apart for 3 months, and she is just gonna be worried that Minho's gonna cheat on her because the 3 girls are gonna be with him. But obviously that is not gonna happen. Correct? That is not gonna happen. Minho would not do that, especially not after they kiss. I can already feel the roller coaster of emotion coming. So, oh God. Let's start episode 2, I guess. Okay, first of all, I cannot believe that Laura Jean Covey is back on my screen again. It is pleasing me and my homegirls. Second, of course they haven't talked. Of course in the 3 months they haven't talked, because that would be too easy. That would be too simple. That would be too logical. I was just thinking about the lyrics of Now That We Don't Talk by Taylor Swift. And if I could fit any of the lyrics into this moment. That's why I went quiet for so long. It's the silence is gonna be cut out for you, but I went quiet for so long thinking if I could fit any of the lyrics into that moment. You went to a party. I heard from everybody. You part the crowd like the rest, so you don't even get me started. Did you get anxious though? On the way home, I guess I'll never ever know now that we don't talk. I don't have to pretend I like as a rock, or that I like to be on a mega yacht with important people who think important thoughts. Guess maybe I am better off now that we don't talk. And the only way back to my dignity was to turn into a shrouded mystery, referring to her doing the hand picture with her own 2 hands to make it look like she was seeing somebody. And the only way back to my dignity was to turn into a shrouded mystery, just like I had been when you were chasing me. Guess this is how it has to be now that we don't talk. We made it fit, because of course we did. Love that Laura Jean is here. Love it so much. Wait, is this VCHA, now known as Girl Set? It is. This wasn't on the list. I did not know that the list was going to be the full soundtrack. I'm pretty sure I had them on my predictions. Hold on. I didn't. I should have, because I knew it makes so much sense for a VCHA song to be on here. If you don't know, VCHA was a more like, a lot of people called it like childish, but it was like a cute, fun, girly pop kind of concept group. And then they disappeared for a while, and then a few of the members left, and now there are 4 members, and they're more of a mature concept now, and they're called Girl Set. But they had released a few songs as VCHA, and the one that's playing right now is called Only One, and that's what's on the soundtrack. I didn't know that wasn't the full list. Well, now we have an opportunity to actually be right. I wasn't right about that, but it does make complete sense. And also the I'm Gonna Miss You with 12 reference from the movies, so cute. I love them too so much. So much. Oh, G1 is a teacher at KISS now. I like that. Ew. Kitty just called her thing with Minho a situationship, and that makes me mad. I hate that words. I hate situationships. I hate that word so much. Absolutely not. Y'all better hurry up and define this shit. We need to be boyfriend girlfriend immediately. Situationship is not gonna cut it. New character, and he's black. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Love to see that. Professor Principal Lee, whatever he is this season, is still as sour as ever. It's still as bland and boring as ever. I need him to loosen it up a little bit. Gina, I need you to come back. He needs you. All right. He needs you. Okay, it is icy between, is his name Maurice? I really should know. I'm so sorry. But they always say it, and then I never really know what they are saying. It's either Maurice or Maurice. It is icy between him and Q. Something definitely happened. They hooked up. They got together. They were dating in secret. Something happened between them. Marius. Hearing Kitty say all these accents, all these Australian and British accents, I couldn't tell. It's Marius. There you go. Thank you, Kitty, for saying it. Oh, shit. Q just revealed that Marius is the dude that he was talking about last season that he was hooking up with, who had a girlfriend. It was Marius. How did I not put that together? This is episode 2, and it's already topping the messiness of season 2. Like, this is crazy. Oh, okay. So now Kitty is done with her love triangle. Now Q is gonna have his love triangle. I see. What the hell? And see, Kitty is so caught up in her K-drama moments with Minho that she is about to lose this game against Marius. In the words of Troy Bolton, get your head in the game, girl. Well, there it is. There it is. I did not know that Marius was gonna be a villain. He threw this party, and then G1 found out about it, and now she's in trouble with her cousin. And then when she came back and explained everything, he was like, he tried to pin all the blame on her. You're the one who suggested the party. She just wanted to do senior sunrise, which you immediately shot down because it wasn't cool enough for you. You are to blame. It's not her fault that the party is happening. It's yours because it was your fucking idea and you threw it. Now she done told me how she was wrong about everything and that she... I'm so upset. And when she was walking away, Minho was just like anxious, just restless. He could not sit still when she was walking away. Can y'all just come on? Just be together. Just be together. I'm so upset. Yeah, because she was like, she saw the post about the sale and came over, and he was like, oh, so it's your fault that everybody's getting busted right now. No, it's your fault that you threw a party. She just posted about the sale of Yuri's clothes. That's it. The party part is your fault. That's all on you, dude. Oh my god, that man is pissing me off already. I hope he redeems himself. Because right now, I am not feeling him. See, now I'm about to cry. I'm literally tearing up. They surprised her with the senior sunrise, and they're all there, even Marius's ass, which, okay, I'm gonna let you off the hook for now. Minho surprised her with the senior sunrise. I'm gonna cry, bro. I love this couple so much. Oh, I love Day and Yuri's friendship so much. They're such an underrated pair. Yuri sold out her boots and Day bought them for her again. I'm literally gonna cry. Where are my friends? Where are my real friends? Where is the genuine friendship? Bring it to me, bro. I love their friendship so much. All the friendships. It's just so sweet. It makes me emotional. Alright, so Marius is still kind of a villain in my eyes. And apparently Q has been sending him photos over the summer. What is going on? Him and Jin were so cute together. Why did we need to disrupt that? Why did we need to bring this character back to disrupt that? I know for the plot, for the drama, but I don't need it. I don't need it, bro. This shit is about to get messy as fuck. Ah! Oh my god. First of all, I was not expecting them to kiss in front of all their friends. Supposedly. We don't know if they were watching or not, but their nosy ass has to be watching. They kissed again. The communication is finally back on track. I love to see it. They kissed again. Kitty was like, wait, I have morning breath, I have bedhead. Minho was like, I don't give a fuck, girl. And then he kissed her. Like, I haven't felt this way about a couple since Belly and Conrad. And since Kang Tae Moo and Shin Hati from Business Proposal. Like, I love them so much. It makes no sense. Like, I love Laura Jean and Peter Gavinsky, but I haven't even felt this way about them. I love Kitty and Minho too much. And I really hope Day is cool about it. Day better be cool about it, cause that's gonna piss me off. Okay, so fuck him. So fuck Marius. I do not like this man. He is the villain of the season, and he's calling his girl named Gigi to try and break up him and Kitty. Fuck this man. Absolutely not. Why do my people of color always gotta be the villain? I'm understanding this cast is mostly people of color. I understand that. But why? Why did you have to introduce this black character for him to only be a villain? Like, I don't want to have to hate him, but I hate him. Look, oh my gosh. I can't iterate how pissed off, I cannot reiterate how pissed off I am enough. So now they've been dating for a month and we have a cute photo booth scene, living for it. But also, this is literally, I think I said this in the last XO Kitty podcast, that I'm always weary when the couple gets together too early in the series, because that means that gives the room for the writers to write some bullshit to happen to break them up. And now we got Marius bringing somebody from Mino's past in to fuck it up. Like, I'm not having it. I'm not having it, bro. I really am not. I'm so pissed right now. I am pissed off in anticipation for whatever the fuck is about to happen. I'm trying to enjoy the cute moments, but I can't because I'm just so wary. Making out in the photo booth, I need that. I'm so sorry to be down bad on Maine, but I need that. When will it be my turn? And everybody was speculating from the trailer that Minho doing the heart gestures to her and blowing her kisses and her smiling at it was her daydreaming. It was real. He was actually sitting there doing it in front of everybody, and that shit is embarrassing. Okay, take that shit somewhere else. Get a room. The romance between G1 and Alex is budding. Uh-oh. And of course, Kitty's matchmaker ass noticed it. She called them the grumpy sunshine trope, which I love that. I need that to happen. And here we go again already this early in the season with the not believing Kitty Mooncovey instinct. Here we go again. It's already starting. All three of these men being like, I don't see it. Get out of here, bro. Believe women. Believe Catherine Mooncovey. She know what she saw. We all saw it. Marius, when I catch you. First we had Minho being an outsider because Kitty was Day's first love, and now we have Marius bringing in Minho's first love just to shake things up. For what reason? What did any of these people do to you? Whatever's going on with you and Q ain't got nothing to do with Kitty or the rest of their friends. Why are you messing shit up? You just got back. Can you mind your business, bro? Oh my gosh, and now it's gonna cause more problems. This conversation between Yuri and Kitty, they just kept clocking each other. They just kept gagging each other back and forth. I love that. I love that for them. But yeah, Minho better not feel anything for that woman no more. It's time to move on. You got Kitty now. If any shit goes down, I'm gonna blame you, and I'm also gonna blame Marius's ass for even setting this up in the first place. Okay, thank God that Day is not being weird about them being together at all. He is so cool and normal about it because he's obviously moved on, and he's all about Eunice now. Thank heavens, I'm so happy. Because I thought that was going to be another messy thing that we were going to have to deal with, but apparently not. Alright, I need to address it. I cannot believe that there is a Korean Mudang. I cannot believe that canonically there is a Korean Mudang in this universe. That's actually insane. I know that they were going to pull from real current events at some point, but not Mudang of all things. The hell? And look, off topic to all the rest of the shit in the show, but is Eunice's music gonna be actually available to stream? Cause it's kind of eating. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so now we learn that he was messing with Kitty because Kitty was messing with his chance with Q. That's why you sabotaged her relationship because she told him to switch rooms to get away from you. You are out of your mind, brother. Out of your mind. Q fucked up, yes. He made a mistake and he is not getting back together with you. That cannot happen. That cannot happen. Q and Jen need to last. I am rooting for them. This cannot happen. Just because he sent you one photo on a whim over the summer, you think you got a chance of getting back on him? The dude you cheated on your girlfriend with? No, let it go. Let it go. And why would you do that to Kitty? I'm so pissed off. I'm so pissed off. Oh, my poor baby Day. I feel so bad for this dude. I could cry. I feel for him so hard. Why can't he just have a love? And I really hope Eunice didn't hook up with that creep. I hope that everybody is just assuming that and that's not actually true. She better not have hooked up with that creepy ass man. Absolutely not. Mari is tried to bring in Gigi to mix things up, and it's not even no real love triangle going on. He has made it clear time and again, ain't nothing messing up this relationship with Kitty, which is probably not true because I'm sure something is going to come up in these coming episodes that's going to break them up, and that's the reason why he chases her to the train. But for right now, I'm going to enjoy it. This is everything I've ever wanted for them. It really is. Oh, moral of the story by Ash just started playing, and it just made me realize the aquarium parallel. Laura Jean and Peter went to the aquarium in the second movie after they broke up. They had the aquarium trip right after that. And the song was playing during that scene, and now it just started playing during this aquarium scene. After G1 took away her extension and added 10 pages to her essay, which I think is a little too cruel. Like, I understand that you don't want her meddling. Teachers can't date, which is a stupid rule, by the way. I understand that she can do a little too much sometimes, but I think you're being a little bit harsh. Taking away the extension was enough. You didn't have to add 10 pages to her essay. That's just insane. But, yeah, parallels. I love musical motifs, and yeah, moral of the story. I'm sorry, but why are we painting not getting into college like it's the end of the world? Maybe I'm a little bit biased as a dropout and as a person who adamantly hates college. But why are we making it seem like it's the end of the world? She was like, if I don't get into college, I'll be scrubbing toilets for the rest of my life. Girl, no. There are other paths. You will be fine. Bro, I just almost cried. We finally cracked Principal Lee's shell. Finally. It finally showed. His soft sensor finally showed just a little bit. When she showed her the picture of their two moms and him at Lotte World, he almost made me cry, bro. I was not ready for him to be nothing other than Stone Cold. Bring Gina back and put them together. I'm so serious. Eunice's single just reached the top 10 on the charts, and she said that Jenny, as in Blackpink's Jenny, follow her on Instagram. Girl, you made it. Girl, you made it. Congratulations. That's major. And it's also crazy because this is the third season, and in the third movie, Laura Jean and Peter get separated because of Laura Jean's love for New York and wanted to go to New York, and that's why they break up. And this is that was movie 3. This is season 3, and now Minho and Kitty are going through the same thing. Kind of crazy. I love that Eunice just encountered her first fan. One of the employees at Lotte World was a fan of her and like recreated her dance and sung her song. It was so cute and funny. And let all her friends through to the VIP line. Man, I would love to have a famous friend. Not just to take advantage of their fame, but you know, that seems like I'm just trying to take advantage of them, but I'm not. Can y'all get Eunice a security guard? Like, y'all know how fast people blow up in Korea. Like, why do we not have a security guard with her at all times at this point? Like, I am fearing for her safety at this point. So Q just slipped and said I love you for the first time, which would be cute under any other circumstances other than Marius lurking in the background and him having dirt on Q that Q still has not told Jenny yet, even though he said he would. Like, I know this is gonna blow up at some point and I'm really upset about it. Okay, I guess Marius is alright. I guess so. First of all, he called himself a Disney villain, which if the shoe fits, bitch, all your actions have painted you to definitely be a villain. But he was talking about figuring out who he was, and him and Kitty have been through similar situations, so they bonded over that. Yes, he ended up having feelings for Q, but he was too late. I mean, there's nothing you can do about that. I mean, you figured out who you were. You're bisexual or whatever. Now move on. You get to move on. It's time to move on and stop sabotaging other people's lives just because you hate yours. Like, what are we doing? But yeah, he finally called her Kitty. That was cute. I'm not gonna hold his actions against him. I just hope he does better. The Kitty and Yuri recreated that picture with her mom. I just think that's the cutest thing ever. I just love this show so much. I really do. I don't understand how people hate on it. Like, you just don't get it. You just don't get it. Call it cringy all you want. You just don't get it. So Eunice just texted Minho to come and meet her and not tell Kitty. What the fuck is about to happen? Because I'm already getting mad. What is about to happen, bro? By the way, we've broken 2 hours unedited. So this is going to be number 2 in my longest podcast ranking. Of course, Business Proposal podcast being number 1. I don't think anything is going. Once I edit this down, I'm sure it's going to be way shorter than the 3-hour Business Proposal podcast. If any of y'all listen to that, I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for listening to that. Bro, what? Bro, what? Oh. No, like father, like son, like brother, like son, like what is going on? What is going on? Where am I? So first of all, Minho lied to Kitty and said it was Marius instead of that it was Eunice, because she told her not to tell her, and then Kitty looked out her dorm window and saw them together, so now she's gonna think there's something going on with them. First of all, I was already upset about that. And then Eunice dropped the bomb. I think I'm pregnant. Eunice is pregnant with whose babe? With that creep that was in her music videos, baby? Absolutely not. Oh my god. Why is the Moon family's clients always getting somebody else pregnant or getting pregnant? What is with y'all in pregnancy? Oh my god, y'all got a pregnancy curse. I am gagged, gooped, gopped right now. What? Oh man. Oh brother. Shock aside, the girl who plays Eunice is a great actor. She is going places. Wow. But oh my gosh. Oh, I'm still reeling over that. I hope it's a false alarm. I hope it's a false alarm. She does not need that right now for many reasons. It's so funny because they've already mentioned Jennie from Blackpink earlier, and now they have Yisu, or like Isu, however it's like Jisoo, like the member of Blackpink Jisoo, but with a Y, Yisu, and she has a white dog like Jisoo does, and it's just so funny because it has to be intentional. It has to be. Bora has grown up so much. I feel so old. It's so strange to see her so grown up. Oh my gosh. And now Day and his father and Bora are thriving and have their own restaurant. It's a shame that it has to happen this way, that it affected Yuri, but I am glad that him and his family are in a better place. You know, 2 things can be true. Now we got the cut back and forth of both of the parents, quote unquote, because technically Harmony is Jiwon's parent because of both her parents passed away. We got a parallel cut between of both of the parents, Q's mom and then Harmony, both not supporting their children's dreams. Can we get a grip? If your son wants to run Q's mom, he's gonna run. If your granddaughter, adopted daughter, turned adopted daughter wants to teach in Seoul, she's gonna teach in Seoul. There's nothing you can do about that. That's their life. You can't have children. You can't have children and expect to control them. Shit makes me sick. Let your children follow their dreams. If you are not ready for your children to make their own path and follow their own dreams and not what you see for them, you should not have children. As far as how money goes, things change, people move away. You have to get used to it at some point. People do not want to live at home, at their childhood homes forever. Take it from me. I definitely do not want to live here. And I'm trying my hardest everything to not live here anymore. You need to understand that at some point. People are going to do what they want to do and let them, because it's their life. She just said it. G1 just said it. I have to live my life, not the life you want for me. Exactly. And Q's mom needs to get her shit together. Seriously. Just because you're a doctor does not mean your son has to be a doctor. Why do some parents expect their children to be carbon copies of them? That's not how having children works. They become their own person with their own thoughts and their own dreams and goals. How do some parents not get that? So Mino and Kitty's sweet moment just got interrupted. Many such cases by Eunice running away from paparazzi trying to follow her. And now episode 5, the middle of episode 5 is when Minho was finally like, I need to call my dad. I need to tell him that we need security. No shit. You needed security 3 episodes ago. She should have been had security. What are we doing? What is his dad's problem? Oh no, bro. Shit is about to get crazy, and it's towards the end. We're at the scene where Minho and Eunice were standing out in the alleyway, and she was crying to him about being pregnant again, and she was like, she can't tell her parents because she's scared they'll be disappointed in them. And Minho was like, listen, it's okay, you're not alone, I'm here for you, I'm also responsible, it's gonna be okay, but you can't tell anybody. And they hugged, and Yuri overheard it, but she doesn't know the full context. So she just heard, like, I can't tell my parents, they'll be disappointed. And she heard Minho say, I'm also responsible. And now it's gonna seem like Minho got her pregnant. And that is the story that everybody is gonna run with. It's about to get fucked up. The shit is about to get fucked up. I am so upset. Like, I knew there was going to be turbulence and trouble in the relationship. I signed up for that. I knew that was going to happen, but not like this. Oh no, man. This shit is about to get crazy. I feel like I've been saying that. I feel like I've said that at least 6 times during this podcast. Every time shit has gotten crazier. It just keeps getting crazier and crazier. Oh man. So the pregnancy test was positive, so she is, and that's just devastating and unfortunate. She's too young. She is still in high school. She has a budding career. That's just the most fucked up thing that could happen to her in this situation, and I feel for her. Now Kitty and Yuri are the ones who found the test, and now and she told her about the conversation, so now Kitty is gonna think that he got another girl pregnant. That's one of the worst things ever. The worst case scenario. One of the worst things that could have happened, that the writers could have wrote. And I'm not saying that as like it's a bad thing. I'm like, it's good. The story is great. But like, in terms of the relationship of the characters, this is the worst possible scenario in their relationship. Oh no, bro. I am legitimately like at a loss for words. All right, so first I want to talk about the necklace parallel. Minho got Kitty a necklace like Peter got Laura Jean a necklace, and she gave it back to him like Laura Jean gave it back to him after they broke up. Parallel. Second, this shit is crazy. Like, this shit is more intense than the movies were, than the 3 to All the Boys movies were. Oh my god. The whole situation is just so unfortunate for everybody involved. For everyone involved. I literally don't know what to say. I'm that in shock. How is this going to be resolved? I legitimately don't know what's about to happen next. Okay, I'm gonna take a breath and then keep going. Uh, 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 just when you think it can't get worse. Just when you think it can't get worse, Kitty accidentally lets it slip about Q and Marius. And then Jen accidentally punches Q, but then finds out the truth and runs away. And then Q and Kitty get into it and tells Kitty to stay away from him. Whoa! Everything blew up in the span of like an hour. I'll give it to him. This season has definitely topped both the first and the second season. It is better than both of them. And wow, God, that was so rough to watch. That was so hard to watch. Okay. Let's keep going, I guess. What the hell is happening? All right. Q's mom turned it around. She got self-aware so quickly. Good for her. I still don't know what to say. Like, I'm legitimately flabbergasted. It just keeps, the plot keeps thickening and I don't know what to do with myself. If you watched it, you know where we're at. We're at the conversation with Day and Kitty where he told her about her concerns with Minho and Eunice, and he was like, that was literally impossible because Minho was not with her. I was with her in Paris because my dad gave me money, so I went to see her in Paris. Kitty asks if they've slept together. He said yes. So Daehan Kim is about to be a father. Do you understand? I don't even have enough words in the dictionary to describe how I feel right now. Where am I? What show am I watching? This is XO Kitty? This is XO Kitty. I've been avoiding spoilers all day, but even if I saw the spoilers, I wouldn't have believed them. Because what do you mean? What do you mean Eunice gets pregnant and Kitty thinks it's Minho, but it's actually Day? My mouth is wide open. You can't see, but my mouth is ajar. This shit is insane. I think you can tell that it's now nighttime and my family is now around and going to sleep, so I'm trying not to be as loud as I was earlier, but it's not easy, especially not with the shit that is happening in this show. What am I watching? Wait. They just went to Eunice and they talked about it. And she just said, actually, I'm not pregnant because I just got my period. Whose pregnancy test was on the floor of that bathroom? Are you somebody else that we don't know is pregnant? There's just a mystery positive pregnancy test sitting on the floor of that bathroom. What? Who is pregnant? Who is pregnant? I'm about to cry. Tears. I'm about to cry real tears. What is going What is going on? What is going on? What is going on? I'm crashing out. Who is pregnant? No! Oh, God. Now they broke up for real. And of course, that's when she calls LJ and she comes and she comes to Korea. Makes sense. Oh my gosh. I cannot wait. By the way, I cannot wait for the conversation between Laura Jean and Minho. I just know that's going to be so needed and iconic. But yeah, that's going to happen with the constant like, I don't trust this, I don't trust that. That's going to build up over time and it was going to break the relationship, obviously, but it's just so sad. It makes me so mad. It makes me so mad. Things were going so well. It makes me so upset. It makes me so upset. All of the music parallels, not only the story parallels to all the boys movies, but all the music parallels are making me so happy. Because first of all, we had her under her covers with her hair tied up after they broke up, like Laura Jean was, and looking at her phone of her text that he didn't respond to. And also the song that was like, well, the truth crept in and finally found me. That song is playing right now. it makes me so happy. I love all the parallels. I live for them. I live for them. But obviously, I am still upset about the breakup. So Eunice is officially dropping out of the K-pop life, which I respect and love for her. Love that for her. Sometimes, about our dreams, we get this idea in our head of what it's gonna be, and it turns out to be worse than that. It's not what we imagined it to be. I got the things I wanted. It's just not what I imagined. Olivia Rodrigo. Sometimes you gotta get the thing to realize you don't want the thing. And that's just life, baby. All right, now. We just read the part where Q said it's her big mouth. It's Kitty's big mouth that got me in this mess. You wouldn't be in this mess if you just told Jin. If you just told Jin up front when you said you were going to about the picture, then you wouldn't be in this right now. And not only did you not tell him and said you were going to, you made Kitty think that you told him. So she didn't think that she was just running her big mouth, quote unquote. Fuck you. She thought that she was telling him information he already knew. That's not her fault that you lied to her about telling him that. Come on now. Oh. Jiwon is pregnant. Oh no. That was Jiwon's pregnancy test. Oh my god. No. Who got Jiwon pregnant? Alex? Did they hook? What is going on? We're at the scene where where Kitty, Jiwon, and Laura Jean are at lunch, and Laura Jean said that her boss was pregnant. As soon as she said the word pregnant, Jiwon had a coughing fit all of a sudden. Jiwon is pregnant. And I mean, she has to be the only option, because it can't be any other high school girls. It had to be one of the adults. Jiwon is pregnant. Who got Jiwon pregnant? Is it Alex's baby? Whose baby is it? Is it Alex's? Because I would kind of be down for that if it is. I do think they would make a cute couple. That's insane. Yeah, I love Gigi. I love that woman. We're referring obviously to the conversation they had when they were rock climbing. He was like, she's so insecure about being in my world, but I never made her feel like that. Dude, I never made her feel like that, so her feelings are invalid. No. And I'm glad Gigi said that. Just because you never made her feel like that don't mean that she isn't allowed to feel like that. Her feelings are still valid. She never said that you were the reason that she felt like that. She never said that. This man needs to wake up. I cannot wait for his conversation with Laura Jean, because I know that's coming. He needs to wake the fuck up. Oh my god, it is Alex's baby. It is Professor Alex's baby. I knew it. I am so here for that. I know it's complicated because, like she just said, his dad is their boss, and Alex was an unplanned pregnancy, so it'll be triggering for him, but that's a good thing. Honestly, that's low-key a good thing. I'm happy for them. Congratulations. Yes, it's going to be messy and hard, but congratulations. She even just admitted that she was in love with him. I love. So even back before she became a teacher at orientation, they were already hitting it off at orientation and just pretending not to like each other in front of Kitty. What? Oh my god. All right, look. So the inevitable happened. Pravina was about to say Yuri up on a date. Juliana got jealous. Now her and Pravina have broken up because Juliana still has feelings for Yuri, which makes sense. It was her first love, even though she cheated. Feelings like that don't just go away. And although this is not the outcome I wanted, it does make sense. They are very, like I said earlier, they are very young. Yuri's young. I'm sure they can grow from that. I am pretty sure that Yuri will not cheat on her again if they do get back together, which I'm assuming they are going to. So I'm okay with it. Fine. If they're going to get back together, fine. Sure, Yuri just needs to do better by her, because Juliana deserves that. Do better by her, Yuri. You better not hurt her again, because I'm going to be mad. I'm gonna be upset. And now Day is finally realizing he has a dream of making music. And since Minho is gonna be a producer, they're gonna make music together. That's awesome. I love that. I love seeing people follow their dreams. And I know there's a younger audience watching this show. This is something they need to see. People actually going after what they want and not being controlled by what their parents expect of them. Absolutely. So the Minho Laura Jean conversation finally happened. The them making eye contact, Laura Jean and Minho making eye contact from across the campus already gagged me enough, let alone them having a full conversation. That was everything to me. That was everything I needed. I hope this man gets it together now. Hold on. So we're at the start of episode 7. At Kitty's inner monologue, and she was like, at the start of the week, I thought my life was over. Teenage girls, am I right? Girl, that doesn't just stop when you're a teenager. That happens all throughout your 20s. Take it from me. One week you will be at rock bottom, the next week you would think it's the best moment of your life. So buckle the hell up. Thank you. Get your shit together. You're mad at her for something that you didn't do. In hindsight, I should have been honest with Jen. Yeah, hindsight's 2020, isn't it, dude? Now neither of them want you. And it's not Kitty's fault. I love the storyline of Yuri becoming a fashion designer because it's probably the most obvious thing that could have happened. Since they ripped apart her thing and gave her the idea, and then Kitty talking about how her not talking to Minho ripped her apart, and Yuri was like, wait, when I lost all my money, I felt ripped apart and I put myself back together, and that's who I am now. So that is who I am. That's too high to sing right now. I'm trying to sing I've. But that is who I am. And that's her now. And then she didn't want anybody from old life. She wanted, hence why Kitty is walking down the runway in Juliana, because it's all the people from her new life, from who she is now. I love that. I love that a lot. This season has been I can't even talk. This season has been shocking in the best way, and I love it. And I don't want it to end. It's already about to be over. The next episode is the last episode, and I'm very upset about it. No, I need us to get it together. I know it's not gonna happen to the end when he chases her to the train. I need Kitty and me here to get it together, bro. I'm glad they talked it out, and I'm glad Kitty iterated that she is a person, she's a human being, and she's going to make mistakes. She's not going to be this picture perfect image that you had in your head of her. Everything was not going to go like a fairy tale. No problems, no ups and downs at all. She's a person, she has nuances, she makes mistakes. That's what being a human is. Obviously, I don't know how he does not get that. I understand he has trauma from his dad doubting him, so the person he was in love with doubting him didn't feel great. But come on, this is so easily fixable. Let's just get back together, y'all. Come on. Mooncovey has to end with them. It has to. I will take nothing else. You're not about to put me through all of this shit just for them to not end up together. Reagan Juliana looks amazing. She ate down. Reagan always looks good. That's Juliana's actor, by the way. She always looks good. Like, she eats in every single picture I've seen of her. Like, she always is serving, so I'm not even surprised. Like, she looks great. Kitty also ate. Kitty also served. Come on now. Minho watching her walk down the aisle was also buzzy as fuck. I love Gigi so much. Preaching to the choir. Literally said she let you down once out of the million times that she has been there and showed up. Yes. Thank you. You cannot define a person from one mistake they made. If it's a continuous behavior, sure. It was one time, one mistake. You can't define them with that. That's not who they are. Some mistakes get made. That's all right. That's okay. Minho, get it together. Get it together, man. You're really pissing me off. And then he was like, I don't know how to begin again. Well, on a Wednesday in a cafe, according to Taylor Swift. But talk to her. Why can't you just talk to me? You ain't gotta walk on me. Trust me, you ain't gotta walk. I was gonna love you down, stuck around. Don't be acting shady. Talk to her. Communicate. Have we not learned this lesson yet? I understand that we're still young, but come on now. And of course, anybody could have seen this coming, right? When he finally came around and got his shit together and went to talk to her to fix it, she got her decision for NYU, she got in. Of course, anybody could have saw that coming. It still makes me mad. I'm truly upset. Like, really, for real. Ooh, the buzz is insane. Ever since I'm so glad I learned that term when it comes to romance, because I never had a descriptor for that feeling. Buzz is it. I was wondering when that was gonna happen. The scene where she accidentally runs into him and they have that K-drama moment. And everybody is a terrible liar. This is Kitty Song Covey we're talking about. Y'all need to come up with better plans if you're going to surprise Catherine Song Covey. Y'all know she was going to see right through you from the start. Especially since y'all are all using the same lie. At least be a little more creative with it. Okay, first of all, I love how everybody just always assumes that Kitty is telling the person that... Everybody who is withholding a secret, who sees the person who they're withholding the secret from talking to Kitty, thinks that Kitty is telling them the secret. It's just hilarious and also tragic that Kitty has that reputation. So now Alex just blurted out to his father that Ji-won was pregnant, and it actually went way better than I thought it was going to go. It was actually very emotional, and I almost cried. So he told him, "You're gonna get to be the father that I wasn't." Are you kidding me? Y'all are not about to make me cry today. I've cried enough today and I don't want to get into it. No. And then Lee telling him that he would have dropped everything to be in his life if he knew that he existed. Like, I need more soft Professor Lee. I need more of him not being a hard ass. I need that, bro. I need him to soften up more. He is so much more likable. No, y'all are not about to make me cry. No. This whole scene with Ji-won and Alex and Harmony and Kitty, oh my gosh. I still don't know why parents and parental figures feel like some of them feel like they need to control the person's life. Like, she was like, if I knew you were gonna meet a man and start a family, then you should have just stayed in Bukjan, where you could have met the man that I wanted you to start a family with. Like, no, she had to go off on her own to find what she wanted. It was also, first of all, it was not her intention to get pregnant. Clearly. Second, it just happened. Shit happens. Life happens. She needed to find who she loved. And that doesn't mean that she doesn't need you anymore. Like she said to her, she needs you now more than ever. That is a very common fear with parents and like grandparents and older people. They feel like once their grandchildren or children gain a semblance of independence, then they'll never speak to them again. They won't need them anymore. They won't speak to them again. It's such an irrational fear. At a certain point, people grow up. Your kids will grow up. And they're not going to need you as much as they needed you before, but they're still going to need you. And if you're a shitty parent, then they're not going to need you at all and they're not going to talk to you. And that's on you. But you have to accept that. Dynamics shift as your children get older. I'm just so happy for them. I'm so happy for Ji-won and Alex. And I'm so happy that they made this little family together. Like, Kitty thought that Alex was her family in season 1. And it turned out he wasn't. But now he kind of is. But now he is. And Yuri is Alex's family, so now Kitty and Yuri are like family. Like, it's just all coming together. Looking back, I guess it was kismet. The Life of a Showgirl was a perfect song for this series. Yay, Laura Jean and Peter made up. They better have. You are not about to use this spinoff to break up Laura Jean and Peter. That's the last thing you need to do. They better get married. If there's an XO Kitty season 4, I better see Minho and Kitty at their wedding. Don't play with me. We do not do that here. Get them banned. Get them banned. If you think you're gonna break up Laura Jean and Peter, absolutely not. I am so glad they made up. Of course they did. Yeah, because when the second movie, the second to All the Boys came out, Lana and Noah and Jordan Fisher, who plays John Ambrose, did an interview. We're doing interviews, and in one of them they were talking about how like Peter and Laura Jean are like a college thing, and then when like a high school college thing, and then when you grow up and mature, then you settle down with John Ambrose. And I was like, absolutely not. No. Laura Jean and Peter till the end of time. I don't care if you think that's quote unquote unrealistic. No. They will last forever, according in my world. So when I saw the interview and heard them say that, I was like, not in my world. Not in the world I'm living in. Absolutely not. The whole John Ambrose storyline should not even have been introduced. All love to Jordan Fisher. I love that man. That whole John Ambrose storyline was useless and pointless. And I can make a separate episode talking about that. Maybe a hot take, but I stand by it. Also, I don't know if I mentioned it, but Dan Eunice, let's go. I'm so happy for them. They got their happy ending just like I wanted. Oh my god. They're going to Portland together? Oh my god. Going to Portland! I meant to hit record way earlier, but I was too hooked. When he missed her the first time, I was so devastated. I was like, he better catch her. And he did. And then he told her he loved her. They said, I love you. Finally, they said, I love you. And both of them said it to each other at the same time. Finally, it syncs up. And then About Love by Marina started playing, and that just was icing on the cake. I completely lost my mind. It's a shock to my system, Marina. Are you kidding me? And now they're on a plane, and he's about to go to Portland and meet her family. If this show does not get renewed for a season 4, we're right back in the same boat. But I'm like deadly serious this time. Do you know how badly I need to see Minho and Kitty and Laura Jean and Margot's dad? I forgot his name. Do you know how badly I need to see them in the same room? Do you know how badly I need to see that? Do you understand? I need that injected into my veins right now. If this show does not get renewed again, I swear to God, he's going to Portland, and he's gonna meet Margot and Trina. Oh my gosh, I need that so bad. Wait, you don't understand. Oh my gosh, I could cry right now. Let me get my words together and then I'll come back. First of all, that ending was perfect. It did not end on a cliffhanger. Well, yes it did technically, but not a romantic cliffhanger. Thank God. They got the I love you in and the kiss in, and they're back together before it ended. Thank God, bro. Yuri and Juliana seemingly back together. Sure, I'm not against it. Q and Jin back together. Good. My Mooncovey heart is full, but I'm also so sad it's over. I'm so sad it's over. I waited so long for this day and it's over. I need this show to get renewed so bad. I need Netflix to do the right thing. I'm at a loss for words at how good this season was. It was so good. Like, it was mess, drama, and I lived for it. I lived for every second of it, even though it stressed me the fuck out. Oh my gosh. I'm literally like, there's wetness. I'm wiping wetness away from my eyes. I just got put through the ringer, and not just with this show. Like, today has been a long day. Mooncovey Endgame. It happened, guys. Mooncovey truthers, stand up. Rise up, Mooncovey Nation. We got it. We did it. And I love that About Love is always the ending song. My theory about Love that I was talking about was probably complete bullshit. Not even probably. It was complete bullshit. 100%. But I love that About Love always plays at the end of everything. It played at the end of the first season, and now it played at the end of the season. And the first time we hear the song "Into All the Boys," it plays at the end of the second movie. Love that song is just good, by the way. I love Marina. Yeah. I don't know what to say. I'm true. This season has truly left me speechless. Like, truly. Wow. I could not have guessed anything. I'm actually glad that I did not do predictions, because I could not have guessed any of this. You can I was gonna say, you just can't write this shit. Somebody wrote this shit. But somebody actually did write it. I'm gonna be rewatching this a lot. I rewatched season 2 already a lot, and now I'm gonna be rewatching this season. I'm gonna be rewatching this season probably more than I rewatched season 2. I know it's greedy, but I just want the season 4. I want to see Kitty's dad and Minho in the same room. That's gonna be trippy as fuck. I want to see how they interact. I'm so ready for that. I need them to renew it now. Announce it now, so I don't have to worry about it. How am I gonna end this podcast? I don't know what to say. I just don't. This has been a roller coaster. It has been exciting. It has definitely made my shitty day a lot better, even though it did stress me out even more. It did make it better. I love this show. I love these characters. And I hope I will see all of you back for another episode when season 4 inevitably comes out. I am manifesting it right now. It is going to get renewed. It has to. Season 4, fourth and final season, it needs to happen. Now it's almost 11:30, and I should definitely go to sleep. I am definitely tired. Just know I am speechless in the best way, because of how good it was. And I need season 4 to come immediately. That's all I'll say. The next episode of this podcast will almost 100% definitely be about The Summer I Turned Pretty. I'm going to put myself through hell and rewatch it and do commentary with you guys on a new episode. So I hope you'll stick around for that. I hope you all out there are taking the show's advice and following your dreams and living for yourself. And if you're not, I highly recommend you start doing so. You don't want to look back and regret. All right. Are we a week yet? We are a week out from the release of season 3. I was pretty just dumbfounded, flabbergasted, speechless, gagged, whatever you want to call it, after I first watched it. I needed time to process, and I saw other people's reactions on social media and stuff. Now I have closing thoughts that I needed to add into this before we officially finish this podcast. Pulling out my notes because I wrote them down. A thing which I have now since cut out, is me giving Jenny Han a lot of credit for XO Kitty when she doesn't even actually write it. She just does the casting, which is a revelation. I truly did not know that until now. But the way that Jenny Han and the writers, since she cast them, The way that Jenny Han and the writers treat black characters does not go unnoticed to me, especially not with like last season and this season of XO Kitty, and in To All the Boys when she randomly made John Ambrose black when he wasn't at the end of the first movie. It's very strange and not okay. And I know I gave Juliana a lot of shit at the start of this podcast, and I definitely gave Marius a lot of shit at the beginning of the season, but I do love them. I want to make that clear. I like Marius. I think he did redeem himself, and I'm sure hopefully in a season 4, we will get to see more of him being a better person, and that the writers do better. All love to both of them, especially to the actors. I would never send any kind of hate to the actors and fuck whoever's doing that. I love the actors. I love the characters. Nothing against them. Even though I had some complaints, nothing against them anymore. And yeah, I did mention it when I was first watching, at the beginning of this podcast, when I was first watching it, like, why'd you have to introduce this black character just to make him the villain? And like, I didn't want to be mad at him, but I had to be mad at him for the sake of the story. And it's the writer's fault. And Anthony Kavon has been commenting on a lot of like people's TikToks and stuff about the show and how weird the treatment of the black characters are and like the issues with the season, and he's been agreeing, and everybody's been like attacking him for it and calling him unprofessional, which I don't think he is at all. I think he's very valid in doing that, and hopefully that wakes the writers up and showrunners up to what they've been doing, and they'll do better, and they won't instead get rid of him, which I really hope that does not happen. They should be free to say whatever they want to say about it. And of course, we have Kitty Yuri shippers still existing, number 1. But number 2, we have them review bombing, leaving bad reviews on the show on purpose just because Kitty and Yuri are not in game. Are you serious, bro? Kitty and Yuri was over since season 2. They kissed. Yuri treated Kitty like shit, and it's so obvious that Yuri never had any feelings for her anyway. I'm not saying it's the worst thing in the world, but like, go read fan fictions about it. That's fine. But in the actual show, in reality, Kitty and Yuri never happen. And you just need to accept that. And you can't give the show bad reviews just because you didn't get the couple that you wanted. Boo hoo. And Kitty being with Mino does not erase her bisexuality. She is still bisexual. So fucking what? I hate biphobia so much. Biphobia disgusts me, bro, because it's so misogynistic. It's always about bisexual women having boyfriends and not about bisexual men having girlfriends. It's like that meme that I always see on Twitter, like, I can't help but, it's like a screenshot of a TikTok that's like, I can't help but think about how misogyny bleeds through the cracks of like everyday things. Biphobia is just the epitome of misogyny, because it's only biphobia towards bi women, like 95% of the time. Yeah, and I made a video I was talking about how badly I wanted to see Minho interact with Kitty's family. So I made like a little video about like being mad if they don't renew XO Kitty and I never get to see Minho and Dr. Covey interact. A little funny video. It kind of popped off. Like it went viral a little bit. I wasn't even trying to do it to go viral. Like, it was legitimately just my honest opinion. Like, I told y'all here. Y'all heard how passionate I was about it earlier. But there was a comment on my video, which I ended up deleting, because, like, if you don't agree with the sentiment of a video, don't comment on it. Like, you have everybody being like, oh my gosh, I love this. Oh my gosh, I agree. And then you get that one person like, actually, I think this. The video is not for you. Keep scrolling, first of all. But second of all, I don't even remember what exactly they said because I deleted it. But they were saying that Mooncovey was fan service. I did write down some things that I did remember about it. One of them being Mooncovey is just fan service. That's laughable. That is laughable. Okay. First of all, did we watch the same show? Even though I did not wake up to Mooncovey until season 2, they have been hinting, like, I didn't get behind Mooncovey until season 2, but they have been like hinting and foreshadowing at Mooncovey since season 1 period. I was about to say the end of season 1. No, since season 1. Mooncovey was always going to be it. Like, that was always going to be the end game couple, and I don't know how y'all didn't know that. It is not fan service, that's just how the story was written. Number one. Number two, so what if it's fan service? Okay, you want to say it's fan service? This fan is serviced. The fans are serviced. So what's your point? Who do you think the writers of the show are writing the show for? The fans. Like, is that supposed to be like a bad thing? I don't understand that. I've seen that take not only from that comment, but so much. Two, there were something about like that the season was too focused on Mooncovey. Yeah, the show is called Exo Kitty. It's gonna be about Kitty's love life. Of course the show is focused on Kitty. I've seen a lot of comments like that. Like, the show is too focused on Kitty and her relationships. She's the main character. Can we wake it up? Can we wake up our brain? And then they said that this season felt rushed. Well, yeah, since they shortened it to 8 episodes and it's only 30 minutes per episode, of course it's gonna feel rushed. But like I said before, they've been hinting at Mooncovey since season 1. And they were teasing us with it all throughout season 2, season 3. It finally happens. Why wouldn't it have happened so soon? Like, what about that nothing about that felt rushed to me. They both knew they had feelings for each other, and it happened. It's been this whole 2-season build up, and it happened, and now it's season 3 and it happened. There was nothing that felt rushed about that to me. Oh yeah, and they were saying that, like, that was the main sentiment of the comment. It was like, Jason, just make it a movie and then wrap it up. No, we are not getting the Samurai Turn Pretty treatment for this show too. With the Samurai Turn Pretty, a movie makes complete sense. And I said that to their comment and responded, I don't think the Samurai Turn Pretty needed a movie. Okay, then why do you think Exo Kitty needs a movie? Do you hear yourself? For the Samurai Turn Pretty, it makes sense that it's ending with a movie because we only care about Belly. Because most of the audience only cares about Belly and Conrad. The rest of the characters are kind of shitty. Let's be honest. And we will get into that in the next episode when we talk about that show. But people are only there for Belly Conrad, so for that to end with the movie makes complete sense. Exo Kitty has too many important characters for it to end with just a 1 hour movie, 1 hour, 2 hour movie. No, we need a 10 episode, not an 8 episode season, a 10 episode fourth and final season. That's it. I will accept no less. And one of the sentiments they said was also that, like, Kitty was talking about how her friends were her family, but she wasn't even really there for any of them. Bitch, hold on. One of the main storylines for season 3 was her being there for Yuri when she lost all her fucking money. Did we watch the same show? Did we? She was there for her cousin Jiwon after she found out she was pregnant. She made a whole plot to get all her friends to make up when they were fighting. She was there for people in season 2 a lot also. So what are we talking about? Kitty is not gonna be... Why do you expect Kitty to be Mother Teresa? She can't be there for absolutely everybody. It's a friend group. They all have to rely on each other and not just Kitty being there for them. What are you even talking about? I was so... That comment made me so upset for so many reasons. So I was just like, delete. I do not need your bad energy in my comment section. Take it somewhere else. Take it somewhere else. I don't want it. Another main sentiment of Kitty Yuri shippers is that they made Yuri and Kitty related on purpose. Like, you're coping. The copium is insane. Regardless if they made them related or not, it was never gonna happen. Why can't you get that through your fucking skull? It was never gonna happen. Kitty and Yuri were never going to be together. Why can't you understand that? It's no, oh, they did this so they wouldn't be together. Oh, they created this excuse so they wouldn't be together. No, it just wasn't gonna happen. That dynamic was always one-sided. Always. I couldn't tell you why Yuri kissed Kitty in season 2, but it definitely was not because she had feelings for her, i.e. the way she treated her after it happened. I cannot stress this enough. They did not make Kitty and Yuri related just so Kitty and Yuri wouldn't be a couple. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? They were never gonna be a couple. Period. Point blank. The whole like pregnancy storyline with Eunice with Eunice and Day, and then Jiwon and Alex, like it was very jarring. Like the last thing I was expecting in the show was a pregnancy storyline, but it was great entertainment. I'll tell you that. And there are a lot of people like digging into Kitty because she shouldn't have assumed that, well, when everybody still thought it was Eunice that was pregnant, she shouldn't have assumed that Mino was the one who got her pregnant. And yes, but also when you step into her shoes and look at the situation, they're hiding something from her. Yuri was telling her about the conversation where he was like, but I'm responsible. They found the pregnancy test. It's easy to assume that. So I'm not really going to hold that against her. And yeah, I didn't say this. I never mentioned this at all because I just like ignored it for the other stuff. But why does Kitty want to go to New York University? It is strange. It makes no sense. It is not right. South Korea is her place. That's what the whole show is about. South Korea is her place. All of the sisters, all three sisters have different paths. That's how it's supposed to be. Margot had Scotland, Laura Jean had New York, and now Kitty has Korea, and she's supposed to be in Korea. Why does she suddenly want to, after visiting Laura Jean one time, all of a sudden she wants to go to New York University? No. You're just going to have Kitty copy off of Laura Jean? Why? No. I'm hoping that is a lead-in into season 4 where she will actually realize that she actually wants to stay in Seoul with Mino and they'll live happily ever after. I'm hoping that's where the writers are going with that, because otherwise it makes no sense at all. Obviously she's gonna stay in Korea. What was this whole show for if not? Yes, it would be for her to find the love of her life, aka who she thought was Day, but it's actually Mina. Great. But also, she's made a home and a family for herself in Korea. Why would she just leave that to go to New York just because that's where her sister is? No. Just because she visited there once. No. I don't believe that. I don't stand for that. Oh yeah, another thing that I processed afterward. Jiwon adding 10 pages to her essay was even more crazy now knowing her and Alex had already hooked up. Like, when I realized that, like, I was already mad at Jiwon for doing that, period. But then realizing that her and Alex had already hooked up and she was already pregnant during that time is crazy. Like, you punished her for setting you up on a date with a dude you already hooked up with and who is your baby daddy. You added 10 pages to her essay just for that. That's actually insane. Like, that makes it even more insane than it already was. And Yuri and Juliana getting back together, you could definitely tell in the earlier in the podcast that I wasn't that happy with how all of that turned out. Not only is there a mistreatment of black characters in this series specifically, there is also a vast mistreatment of queer characters and queer relationships. 100%. That's why when it happened, I was like, I guess so. 'Cause justice for Pravina. Why did you bring Pravina in here just to get her involved with 2 people and then have her exit? What was the point of having her and Juliana even get together in the first place, just for Juliana to realize, oh, I still love Yuri? And why couldn't Pravina stay in the friend group? Why did she have to just disappear after they broke up? I liked her character. I'm sad. I hope she comes back for season 4. And yeah, there are also people like pushing against it, like agreeing with me, but they were also saying like Yuri wasn't chasing her anymore. Well, yeah, literally in season 2 there's a whole scene of her crying to Juliana, saying that she's gonna stop chasing her. So yeah, she wasn't chasing her anymore because she was doing it out of respect for Juliana. Did we forget that? Look, like I said at the beginning of the podcast, okay, fine, but Yuri better treat her like the princess that she is. Like, I need her to be the best girlfriend ever in season 4. I really do. There were a lot of people saying that they took Yuri's passion for music and gave it to Mino. I get that. She was a DJ, and then they just completely forgot about that and went straight into fashion. But the fashion thing made sense to me. I feel like she can do both. You don't have to choose, you can do both. She could still be a DJ and They talked about this in an interview recently too. She can do both. She can still DJ on the side and do her fashion stuff. Like, I think that's great. Bring back DJ Yuri. And like, Mino only managed people because of his dad. His dad was pressuring him to do it. And so he broke free from the constraints of his dad and found his own thing to do. I think that's cool. But also, that doesn't really matter now because he's about to be a manager again anyway to SOS 911. But yeah, I think Yuri can and should do both. They should bring back her DJing in the 4th season. Oh my gosh. Next, I wrote the Q cheating arc pissed me off so bad. I think you could tell while I was watching, because that is so out of character for Q. Q would never do that. Especially after all the stuff that happened with Florian. Why would he send a picture to an ex-fling on a whim over the summer just because he was feeling lonely? No! Why would you do that to his character? Like, I really don't understand. What was the point of the cheating arc? Like, there are other ways to make interesting situations between couples besides cheating. What was the point of it? What was the point of bringing Marius back just for him to be a villain? It's so stupid. I really did not like that. I really didn't. And I do realize that I was double standarding by not saying Jin deserves better, because absolutely he does. Like, I was saying that Yuri and Juliana shouldn't get back together because Juliana deserves better. But then I was like, Q and Jin better get back together. Double standard, absolutely. And I shouldn't have said that because Jin does deserve better. But it doesn't matter because the writers put them back together anyway. Both the couples. I am sorry. And yes, absolutely, Jin also deserves better. Both the couples are back together. So hopefully let's just hope the writers do better. I really hope they do. Justice for the queer relationships. Seriously. Like, with the cheating and then getting back together of both the queer couple, they probably, if I wanted to try to justify it, they probably wanted to convey that, like, these two people are soulmates and, like, no matter what happens, nothing can break them, nothing can break their love, they'll be together forever. Yeah, sure, but there are other better ways to convey that these two characters are soulmates besides having one of them cheat on the other one and forgive them and get back together with them. There are other ways you could have did that. Why cheating? No more cheating. There better not be any sort. There better be no cheating of any sort in season 4. I swear to God. No, bro. And again with the it felt rushed comment that I got, making it into a movie would make it even more rushed. So what's your point? Oh yeah, I think at the beginning of this podcast I was calling Sangan, I really hate the way I say his name. I'm so sorry for my pronunciation. I was saying that Sanghan was Australian, but he is British. Now I know from the interviews that he is definitely British, and I don't know where I got Australian from. Like, I am so sorry. I don't know what's wrong with me. He is British, not Australian. I have no idea where I got that from. But yeah, I just really hope the show gets renewed so that the writers can redeem themselves. Writers, showrunners, Jenny Han, let's do better in the future, okay? Let's do better. I want better for Juliana and Marius in the queer relationships. Let's do better. Is there anything else before I close this out officially? And bring together Professor Lee and Gina. Let's do it. What are we doing? I am probably the only Professor Lee and Gina soldier out there, but I will stand tall and stand strong because those two people belong together, and I won't take anything less. Season 4, Professor Lee and Gina together, happily ever after. Everybody's one big family. Let's go, bro. I need that to happen. I really do. I got my Mooncovey endgame. Now I want my Professor Lee and Gina endgame. Let's go, bro. They've been doing promo like crazy for this season, which makes me think it's a very high chance of a season 4. Like, the reviews are not gonna matter in the long run. So them Kitty Yuri shippers, those miserable Kitty Yuri shippers are just wasting their time. Because it's about the viewership, and the viewership is strong. It's strong. Like, I think the show is still #1 on Netflix to this day. That show is getting renewed. All the promo and shit. Like, I don't know if you've seen the pictures of Anna and Songhan recreating all the rom-com poses, but inject that into my veins, especially that dirty dancing one. Like, inject it. Yeah, guys, I think that's it. I really hope that we will be back here once again for a fourth and final season. I'm manifesting that right now. It needs to happen. They cannot leave me on that cliffhanger, bro. What do you do? Follow the podcast on Spotify and Apple Music. Not Apple Music, Apple Podcasts. You're on Apple Podcast. That's Dan and Phil podcast. I've been watching a lot of them today, so that's just in my mind. Follow the podcast on Apple Music and Spotify. Rate it 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. I keep saying Apple Music. Rate it 5 stars on Apple Music Podcast. What is wrong with me? Rate it 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. If you get a chance, I would appreciate it. You can come find me on YouTube. It's just my name. You can find my socials on my YouTube too. You know all the things. Next episode will be about Summer I Turned Pretty. Hope you'll stick around for that. This was very fun. Thank you for listening. If you did, I really appreciate you. Love you. Proud of you. Like I said, if I didn't cut it out from the last time, live for yourself. Love yourself. Follow your dreams. Live the life you want to live so that you don't look back and regret. If you take anything from this show, take that. This show meaning XOKitty, but also this show as in this podcast. Mooncovey forever. Like they have so quickly become my favorite fictional couple ever. I'm so serious. They have taken over my life. I'll see you guys on the next one. Goodbye.